guys, my name is Charlie, and this is Car Dealer Simulator. It was sent to me by Garage Monkeys, who has created other simulator games that are kind of centric around cars. Car rental simulator, car cleaner simulator, gas station simulator. More notably, you might have heard of that one before. And now they've made Car Dealer Simulator. And I'm not really somebody who, gets into these simulator games that are, first person and all that stuff very often. But I've been eager for a change. I've been eager for something a little bit different just to sink my teeth into for a little while. And when I was younger in college, I actually worked at one of the largest car dealers in my state of Michigan, Fox Motors. And I had a role in managing their online inventory. So this might remind me of some stuff.
Hey, kid. Little Sam here. Are you on your way to the shop? We don't have time to waste. Let me know when you arrive. The client's already waiting.
So we're on our way to our little car dealer that we're going to be working at managing and running it. Little Sam here, who is our stereotypical American guy. It's clear to me that these people that made this game are not centered in the United States, but that's okay. They're going to use some stereotypes, and that's fine. I appreciate it. Like the red, white, and blue wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. That's just outside our car dealer, so we'll always know where it is. Just look for the giant wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
You took way too long. Good thing you're here. I had to step out and take care of something, but I've got your first job. I found an amazing deal. The client's already on board, so everything's set. See that towing trailer in the yard? Grab it and go pick up that piece of mechanical beauty. You know the deal. It's a chunk of junk. But if you fix it right, we'll pull some cash out of it. Don't waste time. Get moving.
Yep, so I'm going to back up to this thing here, and our invisible hitch will appear. There it is.
Nice job, kid. Listen, the deal with this client is all set. Now we just need to pick up the car. But before you head out, drive over to the station and fuel up your ride. If you get stuck in the middle of nowhere, you won't be much use to anyone.
Okay, so I wouldn't normally gas up here because I got enough fuel, but you are going to use gas very quickly in the game. It's not like you're just think of everything as like getting 1 mile per gallon, less than a mile per gallon. All right, because it's just about game balance is all it is, and to go with the map and everything. So the game is going to require me to go through a tutorial process. I encourage you to do that too, because I have noticed some game breaking things if you don't do it as it says it. So just do what it says until you're done with your very first sale, and then you can kind of go off and do your own thing after that. So we're going to get out of our car, and we're going to grab the nozzle. We're going to go ahead and open up the cover and stat it right there. Okay, two things you can do here. You can either pump fuel like this with this button and hold it down. The top gauge here shows you how much fuel is in your car. Or I can flip this little switch here and automatically fill it all the way to full. Go ahead and hit finish and pay. And we're done, because that's what the tutorial wanted me to fill it up, so I did. All right, so now we're going to get back in the car, dirty car, and we're going to head over to where our car is located. The mini-map is somewhat helpful, but this is a pre-release version of the game, too, so I imagine if you're watching this well after release, which I think is near the end of this month, I know I'm playing this kind of ahead of time, you're going to notice probably a little bit of a different experience than I do. There are some balance changes that are going to happen. There are some changes to the reputation system and some changes to how the workshop and stuff works. I'm going to talk about those things in this video, but everything that you see here is, of course, subject to change because of that. So I'm playing a little bit ahead of where their actual release is. Okay, so we're going to back this in. There we go. Bang right there. Yep. And now the curbs are very, very bumpy, a little hard to manage, so you can get stuck on curbs. So if you're going to hit a curb, hit it with some speed, because otherwise you're going to get stuck like this. Then you can't move, and then you have to pull forward and hit it with speed again. Yeah. So I hope they improve the experience of going up on a curb like this too. Like maybe having some ramps, right? Like if you're going into, I'm trying to move my camera over there, like entering into this drive, there's no ramp. Like there should be a ramp here. In my opinion. Okay, anyway, let's enough of my opinions. You want to see the game, so we're gonna back over to this. We're gonna push down the ramp there, and then we're just gonna back over into it. There it goes. We got it. Okay, now we can pull out. Here we go. and take it back to our yard, if you will, our place where we sell cars. So back when I was in college working for Fox Motors, I hopped around to a few different dealerships, and my job was essentially to enter details about all the cars that we got into our lot, both new and used. And there were hundreds of them all the time. These dealerships, they went through like 50 or 60 cars a day. It's nuts.
Did you pick up that beauty? Listen, don't worry about the mechanics, but make sure you clean it up with the pressure washer and snap a few good pics. Remember, if it's gonna sell, it needs to shine.
Okay, we're gonna go in the back actually to wash the car. So my job was essentially to write down and catalog the features of every car and to make sure that they were listed on the website and they were listed properly. And that includes taking lots of pictures of them as well. And so essentially, for a little period of time there, if you were in the Grand Rapids area and you were looking for a car and happened to be on the Fox Motors website, there was probably a greater than 50% chance that the car you were looking at was the details and everything about that car. I entered that. Probably. Greater than 50%. I wasn't the only person that was doing my job, but I did a lot of it. So anyway, the next step is to apply foam to the car. All right, now we can drive this. It is a drivable vehicle, and I need to make sure it's on this little green area here in order for us to work with it. It's going to give us a car washing tutorial. I'm going to take care of all those tutorials for you so you don't have to read them. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is grab this. We have two modes to this nozzle. We have the foam mode, and we can also rotate it with R. And this is essentially just the soap. So we want to spray the car with all the soap. And you do not have to get every single nook and cranny of the car. But you do have to get, and this is like a common theme with the game, so this kind of applies everywhere. You got to get like 99%. And then the game will take care of the other. It's probably a little more than 99%. You got to get almost in all of it. And then the game will auto-complete like that. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to switch to water. And again, we just rinse it off. We don't need to get every single spot, but we do have to get almost every single spot. And then it'll be nice and clean for us to sell. We're going to talk a little bit about the different things you can do in the game and why they matter. Because some of the things, maybe you'll look at it and be like, man, that doesn't seem worth it. But there's a catch to things sometimes. It might sneak up on you. It's not explicitly stated. So I wanted to kind of talk about some of those things. So the next thing we want to do is move the car. We're not going to stop it in the garage, but because this one doesn't really have any problems. So instead, we're going to put it out on our lot. And here is where I'm going to get reminded of my old days. I wouldn't normally have the car in the spot that it's being sold at to take a picture of it, but since there's no other cars around, I would probably do it here. I would probably do it over in maybe that second spot from the left over there, but it's fine. We're going to hit T. We're going to go into our camera, and we're going to take pictures of this. Now, the idea behind this is that there are certain points that we need to make sure are photographed. So as long as our photos have those points in it, we're good. If we have points we haven't gotten yet, we need to move. If you see a red icon, it means that the camera cannot currently see that point. So you have to take a picture when they're all blue. Now that we have all the points, we can get the maximum benefit for pictures on the listing. So we're going to go into our really crabby office. And it's disgusting in here, okay? There's even a leftover donut and next to cigarettes. And somebody was looking at a magazine with a dog and a cat. I don't know. Here it is. Such as it is, our wonderful office. And we also have a back room here too with a whole bunch of crap just everywhere. Our storage room is a disaster. Looks like maybe somebody had a hurricane through here and then the water, the water's gone, but all the carnage from inside remains. That kind of thing. I don't think I would even want to poop in here. I think I would probably go down the street and find someone else's bathroom. And then we have an office that is just where we live, basically. We end up sleeping on that couch to progress the day. Okay, that's pretty much it. And then that back door here takes us out to the back of the shop where we just were cleaning the car. And then the other door over here is where the mechanics are at. All right. Now, all of these things are going to get progressively better as we play the game. This is not our final place. This all gets improved as we make money. We'll talk about that too. So the first time we want to sell a car, we're going to come over here. It's actually what we have to do every time we sell a car. We're going to go to this. And this is where we would find used cars that are kind of listed for sale and are available around the game. Until the tutorial car is done, we're going to stick to it. And then once that's done, we can explore other things. We're going to go to your ads. We're going to go new advertisement, and we're going to select our car. Then we're going to select the photos we just took. And we can see that the technical condition of the vehicle is 62%, and its visual condition is now excellent because we washed it. The market value of this piece of machinery is $75.56. So if we can get more than the market value of it, I think that's generally successful. As we play the game, we're not really going to be looking to get over the market value. We're going to be just making sure that we get as much money as possible relative to how much we spent on the car. That's what's more important there. So in this case, I'm going to list this thing for $8,500, and we'll see what happens. They're probably going to talk me down, right? And if I can get over 8, that sounds great to me. I may not be able to do that, but if I can get over 8, that'd be awesome. Now, too high of a price decreases customer interest. We'll have less customers interested in it, but maybe we'll find the right one. If we have a lot of inventory on the lot and very few people looking at them over and over again, maybe we'll look at lowering the price. But overall, I think if we can get more than that, it'd be great. So maybe we'll try, let's say 8,800. We'll see how that goes. We get a plus 5% bonus because we have really great photos, a 7 out of 7 points on the photos. And then we also get a 7.5 bonus because the car is washed. So we're going to post our advertisement there. We're going to list it for $8,800. I don't expect to get $8,800, but I'm going to list it for that much. And I'm going to let people talk me down. Next thing to do is open the company. So we're just going to go ahead and do that by hitting that. Flip the sign, and we'll be open. And that's it. Now people will see the ad on the listing. They'll come walking around. We'll probably see some people walking around our lot soon, and all that's good. Now in the meantime, we have this perfectly acceptable vehicle that we drove here with. And I don't see any reason why we can't at least get this thing washed, right? We're probably going to want to have some vehicle, at least in the beginning. We might want some vehicle so we can, use that trailer and everything. But most of the vehicles that we're going to be dealing with in the early game especially, they're all drivable. So we don't really need to tow them. We can just, if we can get there on foot, we can drive the vehicle away. And it's going to be just much better to just drive it off instead of having to deal with the trailer and stuff. So, the initial vehicles that we're going to find are like that. So I could just sell this car too. So why don't we get this one prepared for sale as well while we're waiting for people to discover the other car, which looks like there are people walking around out there right now. So there might be somebody interested in the vehicle soon. And if there is anyone interested in the vehicle, we'll hear a little bit of a chime. And right here, this is the first time we're going to see this. That little chime means there's a customer waiting out front. So let's go out there and talk to them as soon as this car is washed off. I was hoping to get this washed off before they arrived. Here we go. All right, we're going to bring this out to parking spot, and then we'll talk to them. Because there's a person out there waiting for the car, too. So I'm going to park this right here in this spot. There we go. Let's go talk to this person. So initially, they're going to make an initial offer for the car. It's always going to be way lower than your listing price. The thing is here, though, you want to try to persuade them up while they're trying to persuade you down. You get 3 chances for this. If you have something extra to give them, maybe like some cigarettes or some candy or something, you can offer them a gift, if you will. And then they're usually willing to listen to one more, price down maybe one more time. So you can kind of use that to your advantage. I do not have any candy.
Oh, hell no.
Well, he's upset that I don't have any candy. Anyway, Deborah here noticed 8,800. She's offering me 67. Let's bring it down to 8,500 and see where she goes from there. She's coming up to 7.3. I'm going to come down to, let's say, 8.3. She's up to 8. She's up to 7.6. So maybe I can get 7,800 out of her. That might be kind of cool. I'll go down to $8,000. Pretty close. I like it. Let's go ahead and accept. She's going to take the sale.
Well, kid, you really nailed it today. Did you see that reputation boost after the sale? Keep it up. The higher your reputation, the thicker your wallet. And that's what we're really playing for, right?
No.
You've earned your rest today. Tomorrow, I'll show you some tricks of the trade. Remember, early bird catches the worm.
Okay, so what we're also going to do here is take pictures of this car. It's still got a little bit of light left outside. Oh, boy. There is a flash on this camera, which is interesting. I was playing around with this earlier, and I don't remember there being a flash. So I think that's been added to the game since I've been looking at it. You would not want to take pictures if you're trying to sell a car. You would not want to take pictures in this lighting. You would want to wait until it's better lighting. Golden hour is great, but you definitely don't want dim lighting. All right, so I'm going to go over to car sales here. We're going to list my old car for sale as well. And again, the lighting sucks here. You would never want this. But the game doesn't seem to care about the quality of the photo, just as long as it has the points in the photo. So we get the same bonuses here. This car's worth $58.26. I'm going to list it for $6,600 and see what happens. And now it's available for sale, but we are closed. It says open, but we have standard business hours, and so no one's going to come around and do this right now. So now we're going to go and sleep. Now, there's a lot more to this game than I've shown you already. So if you're like, is this it? You just sell cars over and over again? No. There's a lot more to this. Stay tuned. We're going to get into it.
Well rested? You know, I was thinking, since you're doing such a great job boosting our reputation in town, maybe it's time to work on our image a bit, too. Did you see that old sign above the entrance? Exactly. It could use a little upgrade. Something fresh to catch the eye.
I agree. So let's make sure everyone knows where they're going to shop for their next car. We're going to go to the brand customization. And we are going to be now called CHAR'S. Oh, yeah. I'm going to change everything here. I think font 4 was the one I was playing around with that I liked. Yeah, it's nice and bold. I like that. Now, I don't like the color options. I wish there were a little different color options, but I'm going to choose this like bright red. That's about what I'm going to have here. And then I think also I want to extrude it out from the sign just a little bit. Really just make it look like it's popping out of the sign. Yeah, like that right there. Yeah. So we are now called CHAR'S.
All right, that should do it. I'll wire you some money through MobiCash. Find yourself a good enough ride and make a deal. We'll see how much more we can squeeze out of it.
Okay, so the next task is to go and find another car to sell. Now, this one here may sell while we're looking for that. He's already wired me some money, so I have an extra three grand now that I can look for another car with. You're going to notice in the top left corner, we have a reputation. Currently, our reputation is 1. It's 97 out of 100. You gain reputation based on selling a vehicle for more than you paid for it. Okay? So the more profit you make on the car when you sell, the higher your reputation goes. To that end, there are things we can do to cars to make their value go up that don't necessarily cost us money. It just costs us a little elbow grease, right? And there are also some things that do cost some money, repairs, mechanical repairs, and things that we can do that will raise the value of a vehicle as well. I was waiting for someone to be interested in the damn car. I want to get going. All right, so I noticed the listing says 6,600. I'll offer you 5. Let's go 6,400. See how much she's willing to move. Okay, she's moving not bad. 57. I'll drop it down to 62. You know what? I want to get moving with the game, and this one's not probably worth dinking around with, so let's just go ahead and do that. And my reputation's going to jump to 2 because I really didn't pay for that anyway. So it's now up to 134 points out of 200. Okay. We need to get to reputation 3. And we're going to look at buying a car now. But before we buy a car, I want to take a look at the upgrades panel. So right here is where the upgrades are. There are currently 4 categories. And again, these things are subject to change. I'm playing a pre-release version, so take it for what it will. For example, the body shop right here for body work. Right now, we can do basic repairs and advanced repairs, even without advanced equipment. But later on in future builds, like when you guys get the game on release, which is like in a few days, this will be separated. And so you'll need like electrical tools to do more advanced stuff in the mechanics shop. Okay, it makes sense. Our office looks like this. If we can get to reputation 3, though, we'll be able to upgrade our office, and it will be a little bit more cleaned up, and we'll have a storage expansion. We'll talk about storage in a second. So car shop, let's go ahead and find a car. We can choose any car we want that we think might offer an opportunity to expand our reputation by making sure that we can add value to the car. In other words, I don't want to buy a car that's in pristine condition, that's perfect just the way it is. I don't want to do that, because if I do that, I'm not going to get a whole lot of profit for it. Instead, I want to find something that I can add. I can do work on it to make it worth more than it was. So to that end, there's 1 day left in each of these, and this NGD Pulse here, 6,300 is not bad for that NGD. I have a little bit of experience in the game from before. You can't tell, this is not necessarily my first rodeo here on the game. So I kind of have an idea of what I can sell certain cars for. I think maybe this one here has a chance to improve it. There's some rust on there on the sides. It's 41%. Its visual condition is quite poor. This is a good one to look at in the early game, especially because most of the stuff you can do as a player is pertaining to its visual. And it's also fairly close to us, so I can walk to it. So let's go ahead and schedule a meeting for that one. All right, we're going to go find that car. Again, stick to the tutorial until it's no longer guiding us. And that'll be after this car is complete. And the only reason I say stick to the tutorial until it's, you know, don't deviate outside it too much, like getting multiple cars, is because when I first started this, there's a bug. It may be corrected already, but there was a bug where it actually switched my tutorial car. So this one is the one that's supposed to have a specific problem with it we're going to fix, but I had it switch cars on me on that problem, and I couldn't complete the tutorial. I couldn't complete this step because it was a different car now. Okay, so this is the vehicle we're going to be buying. It's in cruddy condition. Lots of rust around the outside, lots of dirt. It's exactly what we're looking for in a car to buy right now. So let's go ahead and talk to Deborah, which just so happens, I don't even know if her name is Deborah, but this looks like Deborah. This one's Alexis. Must be Deborah's twin. Hey, let me warn you in advance, the price is $48.85 according to the ad. Yeah, well, the ad would have also informed me of that in advance. I'm going to go $3,500 and see how much you laugh at me on that one.
Stop, stop, stop. Cut.
So the opposite of before, right? Now I want to drive her price down, not up. We're going to go $3,700. She's down to $39.90. I think you can get in the 38, so we'll have a deal. Yeah, we'll have a deal anyway. I don't care. It's fine. We're going to have a lot more value to this car anyway. This is a drivable vehicle, so that means we can just drive away with it. So that's what we're going to do. Mind the curbs. This is in really poor mechanical condition. I can tell because its performance is terrible. So there's something definitely wrong with this vehicle, and we're going to check it out in our own mechanic shop right after we blow through this stop sign, wave hi to our wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man, and then we're going to go ahead and get her cleaned up and get it into the mechanic shop. But I think actually it wants me to do that first. So let's follow the tutorial and not deviate because I don't want it to mess up on me right here. Okay.
How's the client? I hope he wasn't whining too much. All right, let's take a look at that beauty and see what needs fixing. There's a scanner on the table. Just run it over and you'll know exactly what's going on under the hood. No BS. Tech doesn't lie.
I wouldn't exactly call this a table. We're going to grab this. This is a car scanner. It's the developer's solution to us being able to investigate a machine, be able to investigate a car. So we're going to go to the car scanner, and this thing will just flat out tell us everything that's wrong with the car. It gives us a full overview of the condition of this vehicle. And engine's in pretty poor shape. Clutch needs fixed. It's not washed at all. The bodywork is terrible. It's got some shock absorber issues over there. Exhaust stuff is all messed up. And there are also specifically 2 holes in the exhaust as well. The current market value for the car is $38.17. So we ended up actually paying more, right? We paid a little bit more than the market value. Basically, we paid market value pretty much. So we're going to have to, of course, increase that.
It's worth checking the exhaust on cars. Holy ones sputter, and the profit will disappear faster than you think. Grab some repair tape, patch that thing up, and the car will run like new. And us, we'll save a few bucks. And that's what this business is all about.
Okay, so we're going to go to an auto parts store, basically, after we get over those curbs. Man, this thing it's really not operating very well at all. And we're going to go, I think, one more road down, and then we take a right. Now, you look at the mini map. It's a little bit weird. The point at the bottom, that's where the location is. So there's a tendency for us to go where the star is, but that's not where it is. It's at the bottom of that whole icon on the mini map. So it can sometimes trip me up anyway. All right, we're gonna get ourselves some curb rash here. There we go. And we'll go on over here into the auto repair shop. So in here we can buy parts. Okay. So these are all brand new parts. We can also go to a junkyard later that has parts that have been ripped off of cars, and those are going to be in varying different quantities and qualities, and they're going to fluctuate. So sometimes they'll have something in stock, sometimes they won't. and they may be, you know, maybe they're 20%, maybe they're 60% quality, whatever, and they're going to have reduced prices because of that. It's like used parts. So in this case, we're here to buy the exhaust repair tape. We're going to buy a couple of them because I'm probably going to end up using it more than just once. Okay, if I want to buy any other parts in here, I could, but I don't really know what I want here. I guess I saw the problems with the car. I would say it probably could use, was it a resonator? And I think a manifold we could probably do that to it too, but I don't want to deviate from the tutorial just yet. So let's just do what it asks, and then we'll take a look at stuff later. But if I wanted to buy other parts for the vehicle, I could scan this and say, well, it could use another exhaust manifold. It could use maybe another shock absorber. We could replace that part. And all of these parts that we replace are going to increase the market value. It's going to increase what we can sell the car for. It doesn't necessarily increase the value proportionate to the part. So for example, I might put a $300 part in here, and it might only add $200 to the vehicle's value. You might think, well, then why do it? Well, remember, you gain reputation relative to how much more you sell the vehicle than what you paid for it. And the parts that you're putting into it are not calculated. As far as I can see, that's not calculated in... I have no idea if that causes more damage. So I actually kind of wanted to try that out too. I wasn't going to do it there. I was going to do it later, but I guess I don't have to spend time doing it later. This thing has bad brakes, I guess. And the freaking curbs. I want to see if collisions cause additional problems with the vehicle that would result in the value going down. So let's just evaluate it. We saw what it was before. It still says 3817. Maybe the brakes got worse. Did the brakes get worse? I don't know. Also, the stuff is just a little bit off the UI too. But again, a lot of these things, this is a pre-release game. Everything's subject to change. Lots of stuff is going to get fixed with it and everything too. So I'll try not to really dive too much into the bugs and stuff because that stuff gets worked out over time. It's fine. Okay, so we're going to go right here. Mechanical repairs. Yes. So this is going to guide us through it. It's okay. We're going to take care of it. So into the green. And what we want to do now is go into the repair. Now that we have the tape, we can make this modification. So normally if there's a big old problem with your exhaust catalytic converter, you could just replace it. But we have this tape stuff. So what I'm going to do is just simply spray, and that's going to kind of give us a clue for where the holes are. So there's a hole there and there's a hole up there. So now that I know where that is, and maybe you don't find it, you can also rotate this. So if you end up doing this and you're like, I can't find my other hole, just rotate it. You can spray the bottom too. It's probably down there somewhere. Okay, so we're going to patch this one too. Put some tape on it. That's it. That's great.
Speaking of, there's a junkyard just outside Winston Spring. If you find some time, check it out. Maybe you'll find something worthwhile there. Just don't mention nothing to the clients, all right?
Yeah, don't let them know that you have junkyard parts in their car. So now we need to prepare this thing for sale. I think I accidentally skipped some dialogue there, but it's not that important. You get the gist. We're trying to add value to cars. Okay, so we're just gonna get out here. Let's go ahead and spray this down, and we'll go ahead and give it a wash, and then we can look at doing something else to the vehicle, more than just cleaning it, because this car has. Well, it looks old. It looks like it's been around some places. It's got a lot of rust. We can do something about that as well. So that's what we're going to look at doing next. So just spray this down. Spray this down. And the visual appeal of the car really does change the value a lot. Like, you have to put time into it as a player. It doesn't cost you anything. And so you can actually get your reputation up much higher through some manual effort there, if you will. A little bit faster.
Kid, that car might be clean, but the rust ruins the whole impression.
Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't be as successful if I didn't know how to deal with it. Head back to the workshop. You'll find everything you need to get rid of that rusted beast. Oh, and look for a flashlight on the table. It might come in handy.
Okay. First, I have people wandering around my lot, probably because I'm open and I don't have any inventory. So, real quick, we're just going to close this door. Okay. I don't need to go around the building. I could go through here. Anyway, I need to find the flashlight, so we'll do that because we're probably going to be working through the night here. Okay, so now we're going to do bodywork repairs, okay? And I'll walk you through it instead of the tutorial. So what we do with this, we have a bunch of different tools we can work with now. The first step to getting rid of the rust is to essentially use sandpaper and sand it off. So yeah, you're stripping the paint off and everything. That's fine. You need to get all that rust off of the car. So we're going to get all that rust off the car like this. You don't actually have to scrub it back and forth like this, but if you want to role play it, you can. Then now that we've cleaned it though, it's not super important that you clean it first before you do this. But I think it makes it easier, and that's why the game tells you to do it, because then you can tell the difference between rust and dirt. You know, you got to be able to tell the difference between those two things. So we'll go ahead and do this, and there shouldn't be any real dirt on the car now. So every little speck that's imperfect is rust. So usually around the wheel wells, the bumpers, you know, places where water, a lot of times the elements, maybe salt from the roads and stuff, tends to hit it a little bit more common than the top of the hood and everything. But this one has a lot of it, and that's good because this rust is also like a prime contributing factor to its value being so low. So we got a really good price on it because of how much rust was on it. It just means we have to put more work into it. So we're going to just get all this rust off of it through the night. Most likely we'll have to turn on our flashlight here in a second because it's about to get dark. I know we have an overhead light in the shop, but it's not going to really highlight the stuff we're looking at down low like this. So we'll just kind of do this, and it's just like the car wash, just like everything else. You don't have to get every spot. You just have to get most of it, and then it will auto-complete it. So we'll go around the edges here. I don't think there's much rust there, but I'm going to do it anyway because I can. And then we'll go to flip on that flashlight. There we go. So I can see things just a little bit clearer now. And come on now. Camera doesn't want to cooperate with me. Here we go. That'll take care of it. So now all the other imperfections that are not where you marked, all of those imperfections are gone. So it just kind of auto-completes it. So the next thing we want to do, and in my opinion, it should cost money for this, but it is what it is. Like there should be a supply of this putty, and I have to replenish the supply, much like the tape. In my opinion, that should be a thing. Because this putty it's not super expensive, but it's also not free, right? You have to have the putty. So to do this, but essentially we're going to spray, or we're going to smother all this putty all on the marks. Now, when you're using the rust and metal sandpaper, this is determining your work area. So you can do this anywhere you want. But once you're done with that step, everything else is confined to the previous work area. So in other words, I can't put it on the regular paint now, right? And that makes things a little bit faster because now you don't have to be so careful. You can just kind of go wherever you want and paint it as fast as you can, I guess. So we'll just kind of go all over the place with this because we're not going to be able to, we're not have to worry about going anywhere we're not supposed to be at this point. There we go, through the front side of this a little bit here. If your mouse goes off of where the car is, then it will kind of come up beside you like that. There you go, let's move over here. And again, we just have to get most of where we need the putty, and it will autofill the rest. This might even be enough if I just do it really fast through here. Almost. It's got to be good. Okay, it's done. So now the whole thing is totally covered. So the next step in this whole process is now using the finishing sandpaper. And this is to smooth out where that putty is. So the putty is like going to be flush with all the paint and everything on the surface, covering the surface and the metal. And now we're going to go ahead and use this finishing sandpaper. Again, it's confined to the predetermined work area that we've already done from the rough sandpaper. And so now we just need to sand off the excess putty, leaving our surface that's ready to paint. Here we go. We'll move over here. Camera is a little bit finicky during this process because if I stop holding down the mouse, then it starts moving my camera again, right? So sometimes it's going to be a little jarry. I'm sorry about that. You need to remember to stop moving the mouse and then release the button instead of doing it the other way around. All right, almost done with this all the way around the outside. Again, we don't have to like shake it. I just have a tendency to do it. I don't know. It's a role play thing. You're like, I'm actually sanding it. I'm really sanding this. Now just paint it. act like it's painting. There you go. And then almost done with the whole thing. Did I do the front already? I don't think I did the whole front already. Let's move over to the front. Yeah, the front needs done. And then your final step after that is paint. So we can probably stand up for the paint. And then it's, again, just paint that. It's automatically going to paint in the correct color. And again, my opinion is we should have to pay for the paint. We should have to pay for this. This is not free. This automotive paint is not free. So it should definitely cost money to do this. I would also like to see the option later on to do like wraps and stuff. I don't think that's in the game, but I would like to see it in the game in the future. You know, customization stuff like Pimp My Ride kind of things. I'm thinking like Rust to Riches, Gotham Garage stuff, you know? Okay. So we'll put this away. That's done now. So this car, much nicer looking than it was before, right? Yeah, let's take a look at its current value with the scanner now. So instead of being worth $38.17, it's now worth $63.30. Wow, I can't talk. $63.93. So a huge difference it makes just to get rid of the rust and to clean it up a little bit, and of course to get rid of those holes. And it's already driving better without those holes too. So we're gonna move the car. I think it wants us to put it in that spot right there. Yeah. Oh, right, because tutorial. Yeah, it's got something else it wants to show us. So we need to take pictures. I want to go to daytime to do that though. So I need to go this really, really quick, because otherwise something else might happen. And sleep. Okay. So let's go ahead and take our pictures. It's still a little bit dark, so the pictures will look like crap, but it's okay, because the game will let me do it, and it's okay. So we'll take the picture here and here, and it's time to list this car for sale too. Let's get right here and list the car. New advertisement. Here's our UMX 600. Both photos. 6748 is what it's looking at right now. So I'm gonna try $8 grand and see what happens. Okay, it's listed. Now it says competition never sleeps. Somebody is trying to get us. So what we need to do is find them. They're over there. And we need to stop them. I already knew he was coming, which is why I was able to do that so quickly. But if you don't know he's coming, that's a problem. So this is like a guy from a different dealership, and he's coming in to, vandalize your vehicles, right? If you can catch him before he does anything, then no damage happens to your vehicles. But of course, it's not always a situation where you just simply know he's coming, right? So, but they usually won't come. I haven't seen them come more than once a day. So if you stop him that day, then that's it. And I don't remember him coming like day after day after day either. So I think it's just an intermittent thing, a random event. But you'll get that music chime that happens when he comes. So I have $13,000 now, and all I need to do to satisfy that tutorial requirement is to sell that car. So now I can go and find other vehicles that I might be able to have, a good profit with. So I'm taking a look at some of these. I'm thinking this NGD Pulse here for 59 seems like a good thing. Visuals, it's treated already. If I can get one that's not treated, that's usually going to lead to a bigger profit margin for me. It just takes more time, more work. See, like you can see this UMX 600C, right? The value is already about where ours is, right? So I'm not going to get a lot of extra money for it. Oh, somebody's interested in the car. Let's go take a look. It's like a Ring doorbell. It's always alerting you that somebody's outside. Let's see how close you get to me. I'm going to go down 700, 63, 65. So now we're getting into that territory where it's around the market value of the car, but it's still a lot more than we paid for it. So it's going to be great for our reputation. I think this person's kind of lowballing me though. I really want to get over $7 grand for this car. So I'm going to reject their offer. You don't have to take every deal. You're going to get some people that'll lowball you. And you'll get some people that are willing to pay the price that you want. This one here, I think, has definitely some better potential for me here. Let's go ahead and schedule a meeting for that. And then also, it's basically the same car we have on the lot right now with the same color and everything. But that one's definitely a better deal for me. Okay, so 8,000. He's going to start at 5,830. I'm going to simply go down to 7,700 again. So he's not coming up quite as fast as I was hoping he was. And I don't think I can get... Yeah, I'm going to reject your offer too. No thanks. Again, you don't have to take every deal that comes out. If you're patient, you can get a lot more. Sometimes it doesn't matter. And like if, for instance, if my lot is completely full of cars and I'm trying to move them so I can get a new inventory in place, then, you know, yeah, that makes sense to take a little, maybe a little lower offer. But the car was just listed and I have only this vehicle, so it's not a big deal. It's not in my way yet. I think this person's lowballing me too. They don't seem like they're at all interested in meeting me over where I want them to be. At least this person's over 7,000 though. That's good. That was a big jump in the beginning. So I think 7K is okay. I'll go ahead and take that. And now my reputation is gained.
How's it going, kid? Got a client and the cash is in. Remember, it won't always be this smooth, but as long as you keep on top of things, you'll always come out ahead. Get back to work, because without more cars, there's no cash to be made. We're on the right path, kid. But I think it's time to step up our game. Check the PC for some upgrades we can make to the business.
Yep. Okay, so we've reached Reputation 3, right? And remember, Reputation 3 was the prerequisite for getting our office upgraded. So now we can go to Office Level 2.
I see you're on the skids, kid. Well, business is like that sometimes. What can you do? Actually, what can you do? Just take a bank loan. Juicy greens straight to your pocket. And you can worry about paying it off later.
So you'll see that now that I got the office upgraded, everything's better. Oh, hey kid, forgot to tell you, check the workshop. I left you a tool there that might come in handy for odometers. Just don't brag around town about what to do with it, huh? Yeah. Yeah. So we can also manipulate odometers. Yeah, that's a thing that's gonna let me do as well. Yeah. So anyway, office upgrade. This is in much better shape. Not super great, but still much better shape. I'm actually willing to use this bathroom now. Yep, I would actually be willing to use this one if I had to. So that's fine again. And then this room seems to be cleaned up a little bit too, but this is the next level for the office, right? So there you go. We still have to find more vehicles, but I want to go into my unread emails now. And we see Ron Dunn. There's an abandoned vehicle near the junkyard. During a routine patrol near the scrapyard, we came across an abandoned vehicle. The car is rusty and appears to be neglected, but it seems to be fully operational. It is not listed as stolen in the registry. If you're interested, you can take care of it. It's better for it to end up in good hands than rusting away by the roadside. Let us know what you want. Let us know if you want to pick it up. Best regards, Officer Ron Dunn. Okay, so we have another car that we could potentially get for free. Free is good. But it's pretty far away, so we're going to want to get a different vehicle too. So let's take a look. Excuse me. Let's take a look at a different car really quick and see if we can get another car that we can use to go get that one. And I think this NGD Pulse is a pretty good one too. We can go after that one too. This one is fairly close too. So let's schedule a meeting for that. So we now have 2 cars that we scheduled meetings for. And we also have the one that's 800 meters away. That is not scheduled a meeting for, but that's the one that they found on the side of the road. There's a little bit of walking to do here, but I'm going to go ahead and do that and skip you ahead. But essentially, I'm just going to go ahead and negotiate for these cars, and then we need to work our way up to reputation level 7. Yeah. Oh, these guys have like a sales lot of their own here, don't they? Look at this. They're just selling the cars right next to each other. Let's go ahead and make a deal for this one. We have 17 grand, and before we buy this, we can scan it. Before we enter in negotiations. So this one's currently worth $34.43. It has a lot of body work needed, which is great for us. We could also maybe look at replacing some of the parts, but they're not in bad shape. Maybe the brake disc up there could be replaced, but it's not. Everything's not really in super bad shape. The other vehicle is super dirty as well. Very nice for us. Let's make sure the scanner's on. This one's worth $43.30, and it needs a new exhaust muffler. It needs maybe a new battery, new suspension pins. So there's a few things we can do to this vehicle too. Definitely some fixer-uppers we can handle here. So let's go ahead and get our negotiations on. He's going to start the bidding at under the market price. I love it when they do that. Let's try 2,600.
No.
He's going to come down to
Got
3.
it, buddy.
Okay. He's not moving much here, so I think we're pretty much at his rock bottom price there. So we'll grab that. This is our car for less than $3,000. And we're just going to drive it over really quick and grab that. Is it really worth doing? I was going to grab the trailer so that I can go get the other one. But now I'm thinking about it. It's like, is it faster? Is it really faster to get the trailer and then drive back there? Or is it just better to not deal with the trailer and just make the run? And I feel like just making the run is going to be better. So I'm just going to real quick put this one over to get cleaned. Whoa. I might have damaged it further. I hope that's a thing. If it's not a thing yet in the game, I really hope it is. That if I run into something or damage something, like, it doesn't seem like anything happens as far as the body damage goes, but I would really hope that in the future versions of this game, that a body shop would be necessary to take out dents, replacing body panels, things like that. Definitely. We should have some sort of like collision thing. And then the junkyard currently, you only get spare parts from it. But I would like to see, damaged cars as well in there. You can get salvage titles and maybe pay a little extra to, maybe make it a rebuilt title, that kind of thing. These are all getting a bit more advanced. It's probably outside the scope of what the devs have planned for the game, but I would love to see maybe even the ability to offer financing, in-house financing. I know, scummy. I worked in this business a little bit, okay? In-house financing with all the little perks and bells and whistles that ultimately get all the little kickbacks that give the dealership more money. All right, let's talk to this person here real quick. What's the value of this car? So we're looking at right now $43.30 before any repairs, but $43.30 is where we're starting. She's starting below that. Lovely. Let's try $2,800. This is probably insulting. No, she's going to come down. Wow.
Cut.
That's crazy. She's not coming down much more than that, but still pretty nuts. That's a good value for us. Yep, I'll take it. Okay, off we go. Take this over to the dealership as well. And I think this car is a little harder to control than the other one. We definitely need one of these cars to go get the other one, but I don't know. This one's fine. It's driving okay, actually. So I'm going to use the trailer with this car. It's got a full tank of gas, too. That's definitely a big help. So we're going to hook up the trailer to this car, and then we're going to go get the other one at the junkyard. There we go. And hook it up. The junkyard's pretty far away. And while we're over there, we could even look at seeing what parts they have available. No, we're not going to get there when they're open. Now, we could do that in another... If you guys want to see more of this game, please be sure to tell me in the comments. I'm not committed to like a full series or anything here. I want to see kind of what you guys think of it before I commit to anything like that. Also, the roads that are on the minimap are not the only roads you can take. Those are just the main roads. You can take other roads as well, if you see them. You can even go off-road if you want to, although this car is probably not the kind of vehicle that you would take off-road typically. It's another fuel stop over there, I guess, or nearby. But I want to, I want to play the things that you guys want to watch, right? And I got a lot of options. So if you want to see more of this, let me know. And you can find more information about the game down in the description as well. Okay, so this is the car we're picking up. It's pretty much the same vehicle that I currently have. So that's neat. I'm just going to go ahead and back this up. Drop the ramp. And it's a little off. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to, be close. This is close enough. There it goes. And then, is he still standing out there? He is. Let's go take a look at his parts. See if he has anything for us. So he's got a lot of spare parts, right? And if we have something that's in decent shape, we could maybe replace. like these brake clips maybe. It's $9. You got $100 for this radiator. It's not in great shape though. The exhaust manifold at 50% is pretty good. I'll buy that. A 30% battery is not great. I'd like to see them up like above 40%. If they're really low, like yeah, I don't really know about those, but maybe I'll buy the brake clips because it's there, and 38% on the clutch. I don't know if I want to do that either. Generally not buying any red parts. And if we've taken any parts off of a car in the past, we'll have them in this, and we can also sell them as well. And that's how you could, if you wanted to, you can go in and get a car that's not in great shape. It has like a whole bunch of really great parts in it, and you can either sell that car, or you can strip it for parts and use its parts to upgrade other cars, right? And so then you wouldn't end up getting a whole lot of reputation in that case for that vehicle, because you'll probably end up selling it at a loss. But you'll have thousands of dollars worth of parts, and you can use those parts to upgrade other vehicles. You know, it's possible you might even end up buying a car for less than the value of the parts. If it's got a lot of miles on it, for some reason it has great parts, then good. This does not want to pull this car up the hill. Oh, it does not want to pull this car up the hill. I tried to go the other direction. I figured it'd be closer, but it's... I don't think so, man. I don't think I should have went this way. I should have went the other way. Mistakes were made. I'm already committed. There's no going back now. I'll see you guys back at the shop. Oh, and yes, you can use your lights. That's a thing, but you don't have any blinkers. As far as I'm aware, there's no blinkers. So, being a typical American driver that I am, I don't think this is going to be too much of a problem. Also, there's no consequences for hitting people. If you're curious about, you know, hitting other people, no consequences for that either, as far as I can tell. So, yeah, we're going to bring this over, and I'm going to drop this off right back here like that. It's good. And that will be the next one I clean up. And then I think I'll drop the trailer. Let's drop it out front. Yeah, we'll drop this trailer out over here. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Do the guys who want to hurt me, the guys who want to damage my stuff, do they target the trailer too? I don't know. If they target the trailer too, then I think I kind of want this to be in the back here instead. So maybe I'll put it over here anyway. Yeah, I can have it be about here, I guess. So let's unhook it from there. And then we want this car to get queued up to be sold as well. So we're just going to put this back here. And this is one of the cars we'll clean next. Okay, so lots of cleaning happening. We're going to clean this one up, get the rust off of it. Clean that one up, get the rust off of it. Clean this one up, get the rust off of it, right? And then we can evaluate whether or not we want to put any parts and increase the value of these things in other ways. But you can do that in the next video if you want to see another one. So please let me know down below if you do. And if enough people want to see it, then another video is already ready to go. Take care. Bye-bye.